Aman and the Meaning of Christmas. In the warm savannah village of Kafura, where drums spoke louder than words and the scent of roasted maize floated in the air, lived a young man named Aman. He was the second born in a family of 5 children. Though young, he carried responsibilities heavier than a grown man's load. Aman's father had died when he was still small, leaving his mother, Mama Layla, to raise the family alone. She worked hard, selling cassava at the market, washing clothes, and tending a tiny garden behind their clay house. But despite her strength, money never seemed to be enough. Aman grew up helping her. He fetched water before sunrise, collected firewood, and worked odd jobs, repairing fishing nets, carrying bags for travelers, and sometimes tending cattle for the wealthier families. Every coin mattered. As the year came to an end, the entire village buzzed with one topic: Christmas. For Kafura, Christmas was more than a celebration. It was a grand parade of music, food, dancing, and joy. Women dyed their cloth bright colors. Young men ironed their best shirts. Teenagers planned hairstyles. Children begged for new sandals. One evening, as the family sat around a small lantern, Mama Layla said, "This year, everyone should have new clothes. Let us welcome Christmas with dignity." Aman felt his chest tighten. He knew the money he had saved was very small, barely enough for soap, kerosene, and the school fees his youngest sister needed in January. His siblings talked excitedly. "I want a white dress with blue flowers," said his sister Mariam. "I'm getting leather sandals," shouted his brother Kimani. Even little Tano said, "Me too, new shirt." Aman listened quietly. The next morning he walked to the riverbank to think. He watched the water flow slowly and murmured to himself, "I know what he said. New clothes will make us happy for one day, but food and school will help us the whole year." He knew what he had to do. That evening, he gathered courage and told his family, "I will not buy Christmas clothes this year." Silence filled the room. Mariam's smile faded. Kimani frowned. Even little Tano looked confused. His mother spoke gently but firmly. "Aman, my son, people will talk. They will laugh at you. Why choose shame on a celebration day?" Aman bowed his head. "Mama, shame does not come from clothes. Shame comes from failing our responsibilities. January is coming. The roof still leaks. Tano needs books. I cannot waste the little money we have." His words were honest, but they landed heavily on hearts already tired of struggle. In the following days, the village market grew crowded with people buying outfits. Aman's siblings returned home with their new clothes, glowing with excitement. But they barely looked at Aman, still upset with his decision. Whispers followed him wherever he went. Is he too proud to buy clothes? Maybe he has no money. Christmas without new clothes? Impossible! Aman felt each whisper like a stone thrown at his back, but he stayed quiet. He continued working, saving, helping his mother, and repairing the cracks in their roof using old metal sheets. At last, Christmas Day arrived. Drums thundered across the village. The sun rose golden, casting warm light on colorful fabrics, polished shoes, and smiling faces. Aman's siblings looked stunning in their new clothes. Mama Layla tied a bright wrapper and braided her hair beautifully. Aman washed his old shirt and trousers carefully, ironed them with a hot stone, and wore them proudly. They were old, yes, but clean. When he walked out, some villagers stared, others whispered, but Aman held his head high. After church, everyone gathered in the village square for the celebration. The chief, Chief Omar, stood on a wooden platform. His voice boomed. "My people, Christmas is a time of joy, but also of wisdom." He paused, scanning the crowd. Then he continued, "There is a young man among us who has shown that Christmas is not about showing off. He chose responsibility over appearance, sacrifice over pride." People looked around. Chief Omar raised his hand and pointed. "Aman, son of Layla, come forward." A murmur rippled through the crowd. Aman froze. His heart pounded as he stepped forward. The chief placed a hand on his shoulder. "You have reminded us that clothes do not define this day. Love does. Wisdom does. A family's future does. Your decision is a lesson for all of us." The crowd began to clap, slowly at first, then louder, until the whole village echoed with applause. Aman looked at his mother. Her eyes shone with tears, this time tears of pride. That evening, after the celebration, Mama Layla called her children together. "Mariam, Kimani, Tano," she said softly, "you must thank your brother. Today he taught us something bigger than Christmas." Mariam whispered, "I didn't understand him before." Kimani added, "He gave up his happiness for us." Even little Tano hugged Aman tightly. Aman smiled and finally spoke. "Clothes fade, but family remains. Christmas lives in the heart, not in what we wear." From that year on, the people of Kafura remembered the Christmas when a young man in old clothes taught the whole village the true meaning of celebration. And whenever the festive season returned, elders would tell their children, "Remember Aman, the boy who wore wisdom instead of new clothes."